Episode 4 of Live has arrived. Hello and welcome to Live at the PowerPlant. I'm Michael Thompson, live from our T20 game on Tuesday night, where we've just wrapped up a 7-wicket win over Research Eltham Collegians. A big show this week, wrapping up all our results from a weekend and also looking ahead to our fixtures for this week.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together.
We'll start off by wrapping up our T20 here at the PowerPlant, which was attended by a fantastic crowd. Thank you for your support on Tuesday night. So we'll go through the scorecard here. Lorimer were able to chase down a target of 124 with 7 wickets in hand. In the end, chasing down 123, it was the power game of Luke Richardson which really settled Lorimer as he scored 52. Andy Crook was also in on the act with 36, and his partnership with Richardson was key to the win. Scott Toole and Adam Drinkwell also provided some good late hitting. Key to holding Research Eltham Collegians to 8 for 123 is Andy Crook's numbers. 4 overs, 4 for 22, and he even threw in a cheeky maiden. Pat Richardson, Hewitt, Taylor and Drinkwell also took wickets. We'll now have a look at some highlights from the game. Let's now go into a deep dive of our senior results for round 3. Our first 11 got off a mark in Mass Shield courtesy of an 8-wicket win over South Marine. Welsh top scored with 44 not out, while Zarella scored 37. Drinkwell with his 4 for 16 and Pat Richardson with his 2 for 9 were chief destroyers with the ball. Unfortunately for our women's team, their game against Camray was abandoned due to COVID, which meant that both teams had to share the points. Our second 11 were defeated by Mernda by 4 wickets. Miller and Johnston both scored 31, while Lovelock took 2 for 38 with the ball. Better news for our third 11, who remain undefeated courtesy of a 7-wicket win over Thomastown United. Dixon continued his strong form with the bat, scoring 55 not out, while Carr also contributed 30 not out. Winston's strong form with the ball is a standout, taking 4 for 12, while Tame took 2 for 16. Our fourth 11 also remain undefeated, courtesy of a 121-run win over Rosebank. Crane and Kelsey both scored half-centuries, while Edwards also scored 45. Palladino and Ragona took 2 wickets each. Also undefeated is Lorimer's fifth 11, who defeated South Marine by 34 runs. Liversidge's late hitting saw him score 27 not out, while Brown also scored 27. Taylor took 2 for 22 with a ball. And much like our third, fourth and fifth 11, our sixth 11 are also undefeated, courtesy of a 141-run win over Hurstbridge. McDonald and Lashford both scored 50s, while Lever took 3 for 24, Ford 2 for 15 and Warno 2 for 19. Our Vets team were also in action this weekend, with our Vets A team defeating Rosebank by 8 wickets. Williams scored 40, while Nichols scored 34 and took 2 for 17 with a ball. Hewitt also took 2 for 6. Our Vets B team were defeated by North Eltham by 11 runs. Liversidge and Campbell both continued their strong form with a bat, scoring 40s each, and Augusta took 4 for 16, Storer 2 for 16, and Simon Thompson 2 for 25. In the juniors, our under-10 Yellows game against Whittlesea currently has no information on the MyCricket website, while similarly, our under-10 Reds game against Mernda is also listed as a drawn game on MyCricket. However, our under-12 Blues and our under-12 Whites both won against Diamond Creek and Epping respectively. Our under-14 Blue team were defeated by Plenty, while our under-14 Red team and our under-16 Red team both defeated Mernda and Lower Eltham respectively. We'll now have a good look ahead to this week's action. There's plenty of good games to go and catch on Wednesday night, Friday night, and also Saturday and Sunday as well. So let's have a look ahead to these games. It's a big week for our teams this week. Our first 11 will be travelling to AE Cracknell Reserve to take on Panton Hill, while women's will be hosting Preston Baseballers at the PowerPlant. Our second 11 will also be hosting at the PowerPlant, taking on Bundoora on Saturday, while third 11 will be hosting Bundoora Park at Mernda Recreational Reserve. Our fourth 11 travel to Collins Oval to take on Old Paradians, while our fifth 11 hosts Bundoora United at Doreen Recreational Reserve. Finally, our sixth 11 will be playing Thomastown United at Thomastown East Reserve. Unfortunately for both our under-10 Yellow teams, our under-10 Reds and our under-12 Whites, their games were washed out on Wednesday night due to the intense storms that hit Melbourne. However, our under-12 Blue teams play Montmorency at Sims Road Reserve, our under-14 Blues play Rosebank at Ellie Cochin Reserve, our under-14 Reds play Panton Hill and Whittlesea at Mernda Recreation Reserve, and our under-16 Reds play Research Eltham Collegians at the PowerPlant. Get down and support these teams on Friday nights. The teams are in for this weekend's games. Let's start off with a look at our Mass Shield team, and there's one change with Scott Toole coming in for Adam Drinkwell. After having to sit out last week, our women return to the power plant on Sunday to take on Preston Baseballers. Here's their 11. Three changes for our second 11 this week, with Nichols, Hodgkiss and Stoneham coming in for Johnston, Lovelock and Toole. Likewise, three changes for our third 11 this week, with Barber, Mills and Lovelock coming in for Ben Mackion, Sinclair and Mahajan. Six changes for our fourth 11 this week, with Cotter, Mahajan, Vervoort, Liversidge, Evan Warner and Arachigi coming in for Crane, Jenkins, Sherry Hallett, Jukes, Edwards and Regona. Three changes for our fifth 11 this week, with Heron, Batchelor and Allen coming in for Mark Liversidge, Patel and Vervoort. And in our 6-11, there are three changes, with Dan Demiris coming in for his first game of the season, Patel and Glenn Lawrenson also coming in to make his debut for the club. Lever, Lashford, Halpin and Ford miss out this weekend. Alright, it's batting a full for this week, and while we didn't capture as much footage as we like, we did have this from our 6-11 where there's 9 slips in play and the ball went for 4 a couple of balls later. That was very funny. We'd also like to make mention of Harley Boland's fielding mishap on Saturday. That was very funny from all accounts. So that's batting a full for this week. And this wraps up Live at the Power Plant for this week. You can hear the boys in the background probably celebrating First 11 captain Luke Richardson's birthday, which is fantastic. I just want to extend a happy birthday to Richo, and obviously plenty of good cricket to come ahead this weekend, so let's get a few wins.